This video was sponsored by PowerCircle Clothing and Headbusters Food Company in association with Cook Up Unlimited. Cook Up! My first gig. See, when I first started this journey, I never wanted to shoot videos right off the bat. When you look at Tfe Tv, I want to show the viewers, I want to show everybody my work, I want to show everybody my progress as I go along this journey. So and if you look at the videos, you would see that I'm getting better and better and better and better and doing a lot of different things. And I mean, a lot of times, when you don't have a lot of resources as far as some people have a lot of head starts along the way, so I myself, I had to get everything out the mud. And anything I ever done, I always started from the basement, if that makes sense. I like to say, I walk around like I might be the boss of the company, but I'm walking around like a janitor. So that's the way I like it, because I'm a low-key kind of a person. So, being behind the scenes is a whole nother animal as it is. But we here, right? Before I go any further, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. And let's get into the story. So my first gig, I didn't want to start off with videos, so I ended up doing I used to just do cover some shows, do some interviews, do some documentaries type stuff, maybe some day in the life footage. I ain't gonna say doc footage, kinda, you know what I'm saying? So I would do little vlogs and stuff like that. The first piece of money I made, it was just some little footage. I had a little BS camera, you know what I mean? It wasn't really much or nothing, but it was a little handy cam, and I was walking around just, I was actually in the middle of a video shoot. I was in rapper mode then. So one of my homies, they said, "Hey man, you think you come out and da-da-da-da-da? How much you charge?" So I was like, well, I just kind of started out, so I just told him man, just give me whatever you feel I deserve. So I did the gig, and he gave me it's funny when I say this, but my first dollar I made was $40. The 40 ball. You know how you crack the $40 jokes? Well, my first dollar was $40 actually. You know what I mean? I did the little vlog or whatever, put it together. Matter of fact, I wasn't even using Adobe Premiere Pro. I wasn't even using proper editing software. Whatever it was one of them free editing software joints. You know what I'm saying? I had Final Cut Pro. I even dabbled with Sony Vegas for a while. I didn't really care for Sony Vegas too much. So it really came down, I started on Final Cut Pro, and ultimately I ended up using Adobe Premiere Pro, because I was just so comfortable with using Adobe Premiere Pro. With Adobe Premiere Pro, for me, I always like anything, whether it's if you're doing production or whatever, it's almost like you pick your software like a gun or like your favorite car. You know what I mean? It's all about the performance. And just how it feels to you. You know what I'm saying? All of them good in their own right, but there's only one that's gonna you really like. That's gonna be yeah, I like this one. This kind of fit me. So ultimately, I ended up choosing Adobe Premiere Pro because it was similar to Pro Tools. As far as the DAW is concerned. I graduated after I was learning my transitions, learning my cuts. Just learning the basics, the ABCs of everything, gaining tips, just doing research. Just trying to do as much as I can to learn. You know what I mean? And so once I got comfortable, then I upgraded, got a camera. Then from there, I upgraded to another camera. Then another camera. Then another camera. And before you know it, everything that I'm talking about right now, you can actually go to Tfe Tv, and you can, if you go all the way down to the bottom. It's not the very first thing I did, but it's probably a lot of stuff I played around with. I don't want camera phones. I was using, my wife bought me an iPhone 4S for Christmas. That was the first thing I ever shot outside of a camera. I was walking around with a camera phone. I used to crack jokes, man. They was cracking mad jokes too. Cause I ordered the lens and everything. So back then it was it wasn't around, it was uncommon. I show up and I bust out an iPhone. Everybody else got a camera, so it's I'm whoa, you know what I mean? But I'm just starting out, I didn't care. So, but then I found out I edited better than a lot of them. I would just use what I have, and then slowly but surely just learn it. Just started off as just being fun. And then before you know it, just doing little knick-knack things here and there. And that led to me vlogging on my own, or me just guinea pigging myself and just constantly guinea pigging myself. I had music, and I really wasn't shooting videos like that, or even hiring people to shoot videos. Matter of fact, my very first video I got shot for myself personally. That's also on my page, which was shot and edited by NOG, that's my boy. Shout out to Innovision TV or Innovision Films. I mean, I think he's like low key retired. Can you what do you want? Oh my God, close the door, man. Anyway, Heno was like, Heno was the first guy to like shoot my video. He was doing the green screen, you know, so we was like, it was the first time I ever seen it done guerrilla style, like running gun. And we would go, you know, he was like, you know, a little bit more all the way developed in a way, like he was shooting all everybody in the hood videos and a lot of stuff like that. So while that was going on, I was still developing what I was doing. So I would ask questions like everybody I knew, like any videographer I ever talked to and networked with, because I knew a lot of people because I did music and I was always working behind the scenes. Like I would throw shows here and there just to try to promote myself. Try to, like, you know, I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I wanted to throw shows. I knew I wanted to use cameras. You know, you couldn't always have a camera crew or nothing like that. So I really started from the bottom with just me. So I was pretty much a one-man band. So like I would get gigs and it was just me. So before you know it, I was buying my own lights. I was buying my own equipment for everything. Buying this, buying that, buying this, buying that, like little piece by piece, little by little. And then before you know it, bam, this started happening, and that started happening. So, you know, a few moves later, here we are today so far, you know, and I'm still writing my testimony. So that is like literally my testimony, my story, my first couple bucks, you know, like I said, my first gig. So my first gig led to multiple gigs, you can say. And I'm very grateful for that, man. So any advice I would have for any up and coming people that just kind of get bitten by the bug somehow, number one, what I would advise, like, number one, if you're doing it just solely for the money, you might as well stop now, and you're gonna probably be losing before you start, because it's a lot of grit and grind with this profession, or this line of work, I should say. And like, even if you're a freelancer, I mean, if you're a person, an independent contractor for hire, you up and coming, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of research you got to do. You really need to focus on the craft more and just, you know what I'm saying, try to be better, be a better you, try to be better at everything that you do. So if you like editing, try to be the best editor. If you like the camera work, try to be the best cameraman you can possibly be. Because believe it or not, those are trades, and you know, you can either work with the company or develop your own skill until eventually you gather up enough knowledge and expertise to where you can teach the next person and then teach the next person, and before you know it, somebody learning off of you. So it's like, that's my testimony. It's like I'm self-taught with everything. I didn't go to no formal, I don't have a formal education in film or graphic design or anything like that. So everything I learned on the fly, and I got better at it because I wanted to be better at it. And that's purposely why, you know, I started with the free softwares. I started with the iPhones with the funny looking camera on it, like the bogus handy cam, and you know, I didn't know nothing about no lenses, and you know, but that's a whole nother testimony we'll save for another time. But right now, it was all about the journey. It was all about respecting the craft, working my way up to one day I can either go see eye to eye with my peers, or we can have a mutual conversation on the same level to some degree. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much as passing them up, because again, I'm a behind the scenes guy. So you know, you develop a passion for a lot of different things, and then, you know, just being a businessman and as a CEO, we can't stay in one spot for too long. You know what I mean? Unless, you know, I'm trying to make it to where I can I wear a lot of hats, and I'm trying to take all of these hats off and put everybody in these hats. So that way, it's much easier to work that way, and it's the gift that keeps on giving, and it's each one teach one. And it's all about entrepreneurship and developing the next generation of young entrepreneurs as well. So that's my goal, you know what I mean? And that's what PowerCircle represents. That's how PowerCircle came about. Initially, it started off as you know, TFE Entertainment, Doug Fam Entertainment, whatever you want to call it, as a rapper. And then transcended over to TFE Music Group. Then that turned into eventually one big umbrella, which we call PowerCircle. And here we are today. So anyway, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. And peace and love. Stay safe. Peace and love. Stay healthy.